Welcome to Fit to Be Real.
And a little extra.
I don't know if you know this, but winter is coming. It's kind of already here.
Yes.
It's got cold.
I mean, every other day is different, which is part of the problem.
If you're on the East Coast, it really is that transitional season of not knowing to put coats away or bring them out or put your shorts away
I
or
know.
your sandals.
Because some days it's 70 and some days it's 45.
Yeah. It is still that season that trips us all up, and the colds start coming and the flus start coming and all of the kids' little germs bring them home, and then you're down for the count for a week. So we are going to talk about how to boost your immune system up and prevent all of that from happening.
I'm into it.
I'm Victoria.
Hey guys, I'm Carly. I've been practicing.
That was really good.
I took a little step back and I lowered it a little, and then I went through my nose more than my chest voice, and I worked on
That
it.
was a lot of thought. That was a lot of thought.
Because usually it's like, hey guys, I'm Carly.
Aw, I thought we'd get away with one. That was really good. I'm impressed. So the immune system, right? It's
Right.
there. I found an article that broke down things and remember those yellow books, Computers for Dummies.
Yeah.
So I found an article that really dumbed it down for me. So I'm gonna share that with all of you and hope it resonates like it did for me.
How do you feel that you have turned into our Aunt Vicky? I read an article. That's how you started your sentence.
I'm so proud, Vicky. So proud. I'm reading all the articles and watching all the documentaries. I read an article once that the immune system is the body's surveillance system.
Hold on.
The immune system is like a Ring camera.
Okay.
There
I
you
like
go.
that. Yeah.
Cool. And it works 24/7 to identify and eliminate viruses and bacteria. So it's looking for crime
Okay.
in the body.
This is something that I can get behind.
I
Your
know.
description, I'm here now. I'm awake. I'm here. I'm into it. I lied before when I said I was into it. Now I'm really into it. Let's talk about crime fighting bodies.
Well,
Crime fighting
Crime-
bodies.
crime fighting. Yes, so the immune system is the Ring camera for our bodies where we live, right? So we have to take care of it. So the whole point of having a Ring camera, if the batteries are out, what's the point? There's no point to it.
Yeah.
If it, can only survey one area of your entrance to the house, well, there's a whole dark side that anything could happen.
Yeah.
So-
I have 8 doors to my house. Okay. I need 8 Ring cameras. Okay.
Okay, we're talking about the body.
I know.
We're talking
but
about the body.
I know, but there's so many doors to my house. There's so many doors to my body.
Yeah, right? Yep. Okay. The mind is one of them. Yes, it's true. You have to make sure that this immune system, this surveillance system, is up to par. Which is really hard if you're not fully taking care of yourself, i.e. me,
Mm-hmm.
i.e. you, i.e. everyone when life gets too busy,
Right.
right?
Especially right now,
Right now. And
beginning of the holiday season.
it's the same every year. October to November, November to December. It's crazed. It's feels wild.
Yeah, it feels
and
wild.
booked every single year. And the last thing we do to take care of ourselves is take care of ourselves. That's bottom of the list.
Well, we'll figure it out on December 26th, which is what I usually
True.
do. I sometimes get so crazy busy, don't do anything right for myself, don't eat well, don't sleep well. And then on Christmas morning, I feel horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just I miss it because I'm exhausted. I haven't been eating right, didn't have enough water. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like a zombie on Christmas morning.
It's so true. And I think, well, for me, it's all the time, but some people could feel like that Christmas morning slump all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
And that is doable to change. You can do it, and there are ways to do it. There are natural ways to do it, and then there's supplemental ways to do it. And we're going to talk about all of that.
Yeah, no, I definitely like all the drugs. So,
Oh my God.
so tell me about what I can buy that's unnatural
Okay,
for
well,
my
we're
body.
going to start my way first.
Okay.
So we're going to go al natural. Just to break down the immune system, one brief little section more is it's the skin, It's our corneas, our lymphatic system, our respiratory system, and our gastrointestinal system.
Okay.
And if you know, we're not going to break all those things down. Hopefully you know what your skin is. The gastrointestinal system alone, if that's out of sync, then everything's out of sync. Like that is, if you're not feeling well digestively, or things are kind of like weird there, or maybe they've always been like that, there's something wrong, and you have to look into that, because if that's not okay, nothing else in your body can be okay.
I believe that.
That's good, because it's science and it's fact.
I can stand behind that.
That's good. That's good. It's not really a belief system, but that's okay. That's good. So if all of those things are not doing well and you're not taking care of yourself, it's due to poor diet, lack of sleep, high stress, and or like a medical condition you already have. And that can weaken all those things together, or individually can weaken your ring camera.
Okay. I'm back with you.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it Carly-fied.
Uh-huh.
So what can you do? Here are 7, 8, 9. Here are 10 ways.
Geez.
10 ways that we already know. Like, I'm not going to tell you anything right now that you've never heard before. This isn't going to be like aha moments. This is the wake up call and the kick in the pants that maybe you just need to hear right now, that you don't even know that you need to hear, so that you go make some changes, or start, maybe you buy a multivitamin, or maybe you go out to the grocery store and you buy better foods for yourself. This is just a sign. I am putting it out there for you to say things you've already heard since you were little, and you wanted to ignore your mom because you didn't want to eat the orange. All right.
Maybe you just want to listen to me have that aha moment, and you should keep listening, and hopefully I'll get there. So there's that to look forward to.
Is it in the ring camera? I don't have one, but you can press the siren if someone is like approaching your house that shouldn't be there. Or it seems like if you,
or you can talk to them.
I think Carly's just pressing sirens at all time, but she's like ignoring them.
Yes.
But you're also pressing them. 10 ways. First one, go get your flu shot.
Could be controversial if you are not into vaccines.
Totally. And there is no judgment. Here's what the flu shot is, right? It is something that promotes herd immunity, HERD. So by doing your little part for the people around you, it helps, yes, yourself, but it helps the people that can't do it. So those 6-month-old babies, the little ones running around that aren't allowed to get them, or the people that have no access, just the people in your part of the world. That's what it does. So it doesn't spread. It doesn't get worse. Now, if you're an anti-vaxxer, that's fine. Skip this little section, fast forward. But if it's something that you're like, well, I just always forget to do it. I have nothing against it. I need to go. That's me.
Yeah, I'm just
sometimes.
busy. I can't get to CVS or Rite Aid.
Then get the flu vaccine. You could be the pinnacle of health. You eat everything well. You exercise. Like, you are perfect on paper. The flu's coming for you. Like, it will still somehow get there if your world around you isn't also trying to protect you, right? Wash your hands.
I know.
Like, I mean, this is all stuff we learned during the pandemic when COVID was really rapid. And it was like funny when they were like, wash your hands, everyone. No, really, wash your hands. There's a world. If you could microscope your fingernails, there's a whole colony living under there.
Stop.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it. See, I don't like stuff like this.
In your cuticles, you don't like what?
I don't like to know. I don't like to drink coffee and know things. I like to pretend that there's not a colony on my fingertips.
You're an ostrich, and they should all just be killed off. I'm kidding. Don't kill any animal. So wash your hands, 20 seconds, sing yourself a song. I'm not getting into wash your hands. Just wash your hands. It's a big part of your immune system. Staph infection lives on our skin just naturally. So don't put your fingers in your mouth. Hands on doorknobs. Like, you have to just kind of use your brain and think. So
wait,
wash your hands.
Do we want to talk about that for a second, or are we going to get into that later? The staph infection.
Oh, yeah, sure. I just had staph infection. So I learned that staph infection, I didn't have MRSA. There's 2 different kinds. I did not have MRSA, thank God. That's the staph infection.
Yes. Okay.
I had the other one, Staphylococcus pneumonitis, whatever it's called.
I love that one. That's a super popular, fun one.
So fun to say.
Is it in your vagus nerve?
Oh my God, get out of my house. So we live with staph infection on our skin naturally. It's just a matter of how it can get internalized. So any type of wound or cut, or if you pick your cuticles, those are open doors for a criminal to get past your Ring camera. Okay. So because I sweat so much, I tend to break out, and I think it just got into one of them. I don't have any cuts on my hand. So I had a really bad stuff. It was bad.
It was very, I mean,
It was
down
bad.
for the count.
Yeah.
Could not move.
Yeah. Carly and Carmela forced me to call the doctor because I couldn't jump up and down. Like, it was really bad.
Yeah.
So in any case, take it from my experience. You do not want staph infection. I was lucky enough to catch it before I got hospitalized, because any type of staph infection, I'm going to say it again, that lives on our skin naturally all of the time could kill you and hospitalize you. Okay.
She was, 24 hours from going to the hospital. I mean, it
Yeah.
was a bad staph infection.
Yeah.
That she was just trying to blow off. So also don't blow off those little things.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself.
Do as I say, not as I do. So wash your hands. Okay. Be very vigilant. Be vigilant. Humidify. It's keeping the air clean.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you breathe in the air. It's really basic, simple knowledge. So there are some viruses that stay in moisture in the air, and then that's how they kind of like circulate around you, and then they get inside.
I mean, that's why it also clears up your sinuses as you're sleeping. I mean, like any infant, if you have a kid, they say if they are stuffy and you can't take medicine yet because they're so small, put a humidifier
Yeah.
in the room. I mean, that's just, I guess we think maybe it's basic knowledge, but some people don't know.
Yeah. That's true. And I always thought that. Mom
Yeah.
bought us humidifiers one year. Well, it was shaped like a frog.
It was shaped
To
like
be
a frog.
honest.
And we were out of college at this
Yeah.
point.
And now that I think about it, like, I would really like to have that frog humidifier right now. So
It was
young
like-
Victoria is shame on you.
It was also a Christmas present. So she wrapped it up and tried to pass it off as like a Christmas gift. And it was this humidifier shaped like a frog for babies.
I will say, parents or just people that love their people, you don't have to have children, college and up, who like kind of need it and care, those ages, Carmela gives us baskets of health products.
Yes.
She gives us Dayquil and NyQuil and cough lozenges, ibuprofen,
Band-Aids.
the things that you like need and sometimes don't have in your house because you're like, oh, I'll get that next time, and then you never get it. And right now the world is expensive, so like it's actually a really good gift.
Not something you really want to open on Christmas morning, but
No, but when you're down for the count, you're like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I have that. I don't have to go make a trip and feel horrible.
very
So,
true.
sleep. Ha ha ha. Shocking. Oh my God. But here's I had a few aha moments because I listened to the Mel Robbins podcast.
Melly
I
R.
know. Melly R. What's up, girl?
It's our girl.
One of her recent, I did not write this down to give you really good facts like a good podcaster should. So look it up, but it's about sleep. And she has this renowned sleep studyologist, I just made that up, who's talking about it and breaks down the phases of sleep, the importance of sleep, really the whys, like the whys as to why sleep matters. And it's not just so you're not tired. There are so many things that happen to our brain when we're sleeping. And if we do not allow for that time to happen, there's no way our body's functioning properly. Even if you feel okay and you're only getting 4 hours of sleep and you're like, this is all I need. There's so much more that could be happening for you. So what I took away just to talk about today is that in one of the stages of sleep, and it's in the early stages, what happens in our brain is like a Zamboni on ice.
That I can see.
What does a Zamboni do? After a game where all of the ice skates have like really ripped up the ice and has all the like ice residue and you just want like a clean slate, the Zamboni comes around and it cleans it all off. And now it looks glossy and it's smooth, and all of the bad things on the ice, let's pretend like that's true, are gone. Well, that's what happens. We have like a clean sweep system in our brain, and it gets rid of all the bad that happened during the day, the buildup, all of the toxins, all of the things that can murk our brain. What? That can that can muddy our brain
There you
and
go.
make things murky. I'm gonna get the pronunciation of this wrong, but cytokines. It's a protein and it releases in our brain during sleep. And that plays a role in fighting all infections in the body. So if you're not sleeping, and I can't tell you what stage of sleep that those proteins are created, but if you don't get to phase A, and then you won't get to B, and then you don't get to C.
So if you don't get that A, it's not like you can skip A and go to
No.
C. Got it.
The possible Zamboni may never happen, and that's an issue because over time, there's so much going on up there that you haven't cleaned out.
Mm-hmm.
And so sleep is super, super, super important.
It's also super, super, super hard to get.
Yes, but that just comes with your priorities.
Well, here's my thing. So last night I did go to bed at 9:30. I was done.
Mm-hmm.
I got up at 12 to go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
I got up at 3:30 because I was like, oh, it must be 6. Looked over, it was 3:30. And then I got up again at 5 for the day.
Mm-hmm.
So my sleep gets interrupted, not always because I want it to, just because that happens.
Right.
So I have to figure out how to not do that.
We're going to talk about that today. Because I think there's a lot in the multivitamins and the things that your body's missing. And
Well, yeah.
all of us are missing. I'm missing so much because I don't eat a lot of things and I need supplements.
Yeah.
Like magnesium for you is probably one of them. So there are ways to fix that. And that is also like a, just like meditation, it's a practice. So like one bad night doesn't mean you're never going to sleep well.
Right.
But there are ways that like you may have to find the perfect cocktail.
Right.
Now I don't necessarily even mean like things to take in and ingest. The cocktail of like the specific time you need to go to bed to not have to wake up.
Right.
When's the last time that you can have water before you go to bed? You know, all those things.
I mean, I chugged a 40-ounce Stanley before I went to bed.
Right. So like there's factors. It's
Right.
not just like my brain doesn't let me sleep. Sometimes when you wake up, yeah, you're done. Like you're up.
Yeah.
But there health-wise, immunity-wise, there are ways that I think obviously you're not doing.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Mm-hmm. Number 5. Drink water.
Yeah, but not right before bed.
No. Nope. You still want that sleep. So drinking water, what does it do? It flushes toxins and it keeps the mucus
Yeah.
in our respiratory system thin. Because the thicker the mucus gets, the more basically particles and bacteria and things get stuck in there, and that becomes like an upper respiratory infection, right? So the thinner your mucus, sounds so gross. I know. I'm
Love
not
it.
any type of nurse doctor thing. I cannot look
A
at that
nurse
stuff.
doctor thing.
Yes, my brain doesn't go that way. But mucus doesn't really bother me. So the thinner that is, water will help doing that. Obviously, water will help a lot of other things.
I think it's one of the catalysts of all of it.
Yeah.
And just like we said, the air is getting colder. We're drinking less water.
Yes.
It's
oh my God.
so hard to drink water
Ratty.
when it's cold.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
I know. And
I
to
don't
that
wanna
I
do
say, suck it up. And I'm saying that to myself as well.
Suck it up.
Suck it up, buttercup. I know. I've been actually bucking up and just doing it, even though I'm shivering while I'm doing it.
Wait, you've been bucking up and then sucking up?
Mm-hmm.
Buttercup?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I'm having a great time. But I went to there's so many, obviously, hydration for your skin, which remember is a part of the immune system.
Yeah.
There's so many good things with water. I went to the respiratory system because that's usually what we feel in October, November,
Mhm.
December, and those shifts. So the reason our mucus thickens is to fight off the bad guys, and you want to keep it thin so that you can get it out. Like you ever stuff your nose and you're like, nothing's coming out.
Yes.
It's because it's so thick, it's fighting off the infection that you have. Keep it thin, drink the water.
I'm sorry. Keep it thin.
Yeah.
Drink the water.
Yep.
Love it.
Talking
That's-
about the mucus. Just
Okay.
keep that clear.
keep it thin.
Good nutrition. You just have to eat well. Eat well.
Eat
Don't
clean.
Yes. Don't eat processed foods. Don't eat the things that are going to really, it's like throwing bad things at the Ring camera. And now the Ring camera can't see through the lens. So, like, it's not capturing all the things it wants to fight off. So, all the bad guys are getting in because there's no one telling you that there's
Right.
bad guys coming. So, you have to eat cleaner.
It's Yes, it's hard. The holidays are coming. There's parties, there's events, there's cookies, there's alcohol, there's breads and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. And we're not saying you can't have that. But if you eat clean 90% of the time, then it's fine.
Yeah.
Because
Ha-
your body will be used to it
Yeah.
and it will fight it off. But you can't eat poorly all the time and expect the camera to see.
Thank you for getting on board with the camera.
I mean, that's the only way I'm understanding today.
I know. So yeah, eat well. It just keeps the whole body functioning properly and fighting off. It's like your body has like little ninjas, and if they're too sleepy from all the sugar and all the bad carbs, not good carbs, they're not gonna fight. You're gonna be like, guys, get up, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Alarm, work for me, like fight off the bad guys, and they'll be like, oh no, or I'm just gonna sit on the couch.
Do you know that's how I tell the kids about sugar? We don't talk about weight or anything or like anything like that. My very small kids, we don't do that. But what we say about sugar is it makes you slow.
You're very young kids.
Yeah, what did I say?
Small. I just mean.
Oh, yeah.
You mean that they're young.
Yes, I have very young kids that don't need to know anything about weight at all, ever, until later.
Yeah.
Right. What we say to them about sugar is it makes you slow. Too much sugar makes you slow.
Yeah.
Do you want to run fast on the soccer field? Do you want to run? Do you want to do karate really well? Then the less sugar, the faster you'll be.
Yeah.
We don't. So if you want to talk to your kids about it, say that, and they understand that. Melody's like, oh, I don't want to have that right before my soccer game because it's gonna make me slow.
Yeah.
And that's a way better way than being like, it's bad for you. Well, they don't understand that.
And then all of the coaches give them pretzels after the game.
I know.
So it's great. Regular exercise. Shocking. It
Yeah.
helps physical, it helps mental, and it boosts blood flow and circulation, which is mainly for the white blood cells. What are white blood cells? Because I don't know.
Yeah, I just know the name.
They're part of the immune system that is the body's like first line of defense. It's the first thing that the criminals are going to come up against. And if they get past the white blood cells, then there's more things that are going to
Gotcha.
try to fight. But
The front line.
front line is white blood cells. So a proper exercise routine keeps those white blood cells at the ready and
Ret to go.
a lot of them ready to go. I'm so mad at you. They travel around, white blood cells travel around our body looking for intruders. Like they're looking for them,
Okay.
which is like fungus, virus, bacteria, parasites, like the things that you
Yeah.
know are bad. The white blood cells are like, they're not just standing there waiting,
Right.
they're hunting.
Yeah, gotcha.
So the less white blood cells we have, that's not great.
Yeah.
Exercise boosts the circulation of blood throughout the body. So it constantly keeps them moving, keeps them growing, keeps them healthy. And that's what you need.
Which right now, while it's super busy and you are going to be run down, I just posted this the other day to our Instagram. Yes, you can start in January. Some people are like, oh my gosh, I can't. I'm just too busy to work out right now. I'll start over in January.
Mhm.
How hard it's going to be for you in
Yeah.
January if you don't stick to your exercise routine now.
Yep.
It's going to help you in so many ways, not just because we want you to come to class. Sure. But just for that reason.
Yeah.
If you stick to your routine, you will not crash. You will not get slow. You will not have a really tired Christmas morning.
Yeah,
Stick to
Yeah.
your routine.
that's true.
Routines are really important.
Spend time outdoors, which if you're on the East Coast, yes, it gets chilly. Okay. So it's not necessarily, stop making that face. She's giving me the upper lip curl of like, thanks, but no thanks.
Mm.
Here's why. Open a window.
Okay. All right.
Like,
fine.
it doesn't have to mean go out and hike and bundle up, which is something that I would do. And some people are nature people. What's up, Jackie? And you hike all the time and you get out in nature and I'm telling you, those people and getting outside, even in the colder months, it's a revitalizing feeling that you can't experience unless you do it. And stop looking at me like that. She's not buying it.
I am buying it, but I was just thinking how on Halloween we were trick-or-treating and I saw one of our seafitters who had just come to like one of our weight classes. And then we went out trick-or-treating. It was cold. It was 7:00 at night. And she was doing a hot girl walk because she likes to get outside.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you trick-or-treating? She's like, no, I'm on my walk. I like to get outside.
Christine?
Yeah, it was Christine.
What's up, Christine? And
I was so proud of her.
it's like a thing. You always say, don't walk the dog. You don't have to walk the dog
Yeah.
that long. I'm like, it's for me.
Yeah.
It's for the dog, but it's for me. Like, it's my time to just like breathe air that's
Right.
not indoors.
Mm-hmm.
And like, to me, I don't know, it matters. And now I have an article telling me that it really does matter. So vitamin D comes from the sun, and we need vitamin D, and we don't get it a lot in the darker winter months because, the sun is not out as bright. But just getting out with a cloudy day and a cloudy sky, just like on a beach day,
Yeah.
you're still getting sun. So the vitamin D helps for a lot of reasons. Being cooped up in heated buildings just recirculates the same air over and over through each vent of how many different people breathing into that air. And so that's the number one way in like office buildings and cities, and not necessarily your house because you are in control of what's in your house, but
But no, you're not, because your kids are coming home and
Right,
they're
right.
bringing stuff into the house.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But that's how viruses spread. So that humidifier, airborne stuff we were just talking about. We put the heat on, we shut the windows, and we are in like cages.
It's like my heaven.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. This is a good one. Manage stress.
Oh, super easy.
I have one thing written down because we're not getting into all of this.
Okay.
State of mind affects health.
Yep.
End of sentence.
I'm learning from this podcast called Fit to Be Real that you do what makes you happy. And that is how you manage your stress and your life and the things in your life. Just do you.
Yeah.
That was our first real tip. You do you, boo-boo.
You do you, boo-boo.
Melody says it to me every night before bed.
Oh my God, I love it.
We always say, I love you, I love you. She's like, you do you, boo-boo. I was like, you too, boo-boo.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed.
I know.
Avoid stimulants, and it's the most controversial one because nobody wants to do it.
What is that?
What is it, you ask? Great.
Sounds like the real extra tip.
It sounds like something you're going to have absolutely no chill with. You're not going to like this one. Energy drinks, excessive caffeinated drinks or sodas,
Nah.
nicotine, alcohol.
Eh.
Right. So here's what I'm going to say to all of you that are just naysay to all of that because you're like, I like what I like. I'm going to manage my stress this way. You're not managing your stress with caffeine, alcohol, smoking. That's not managing it. It's exacerbating it. It's making it worse. You just don't know it in the moment. It's one of those, like you have a burnt out breakdown months after the stressful thing happened because it just stores in the body. So these stimulants help that happen. So while they feel good in the moment, it's like the lasting effects that makes it the problem. Smoking suppresses all of your antibodies.
Smoking is suppressing. It was depressing, but I said suppressing.
Yeah, we get it. Okay. Smoking suppresses and depresses the antibodies. And antibodies fight cold and flu. So if you are a smoker, there's so many other reasons why smoking is harmful to yourself. We're not going to get into all of that. And also you do you, but at the same time, know that what you're doing for yourself is not very
We're
healthy.
just so politically correct.
I don't care. Alcohol leads to weight gain and leads to a lot of other issues, but weight gain in terms of the body and health and immune system, it's super taxing for the immune system. Inflammation and fat cells make all of those ninjas work harder. It's like they're working through molasses or
Yes.
peanut butter,
Yes.
and they can't get to the front lines because there's so much holding them back. And alcohol is a big catalyst for that. It also is like, it blows your fingers out. You know that feeling
oh, yeah.
the morning after?
I drink. Victoria does not drink.
Right now, I don't drink
Yeah. I have cut down my drinking a lot recently.
since COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I only do it every so often. And I notice that when I do it, I wake up at 2, 3 a.m. with my heart racing.
Oh, yeah.
I have like anxiety sleep. And I know there are other people that have that too, because I've talked to some people about this. And it is very hard to go back to sleep.
Yeah.
And guess what happens when you don't sleep? Your body gets shut down.
Yeah.
It gets run down. Like it's horrible. It's horrible sleep. You feel horrible in the morning. I'm not saying don't drink.
This said avoid stimulants. It doesn't say eliminate.
Mhm.
So
Choose your drug.
check out, no. No. Check out and cultivate some awareness on how much caffeine you drink throughout one day and then 1 week and then a month. Like just think about how it adds up like that and see if you need that morning coffee and the 2 p.m. and maybe the 5 o'clock, right? You don't need those last two. There's ways to change those for yourself and keep it healthy where you're only having a little bit every day. I will not get rid of my coffee. I drink coffee every day.
No, I know you do.
But I also know that the effects of caffeine in ample amounts is really bad. So it just says to cut this stuff down, not cut it out. And I mean, just like what you said, I stopped drinking last Thanksgiving. I had half a glass of wine last Thanksgiving, 2022. And I have not had anything since.
Right.
It's now become, I don't care. Like, I just don't want it.
You don't want it. I mean,
It's
that's
not-
anything, too.
I don't think there's anything wrong with drinking in social settings or holidays or anything like that. At all of the social events we've had since last Thanksgiving, I was just like, I don't know. I've gotten this far. I want to see how far I can go. Like
Yeah.
it's turned into this like
game or challenge.
yeah. And I don't have any FOMO when everyone's sitting around the table with wine that I do like. Like Predator wine is like my favorite wine. I don't sit there going, God, I wish I could. Because then that's like a different game.
Right.
It's a different thing that I'm restricting. And then it becomes like, why do I need that so badly?
Mhm.
Why do I want that? So we're not going to get into all of that. But with that said, I gained a lot of weight this year. So alcohol and weight gain do go together, but it's not the only thing. Okay.
Wait a second.
So
Wait, I do want to say this last thing about coffee because I drink a lot. I think I've had 5 cups before 9 o'clock this morning. I do get up early.
that's a problem.
Yeah, that's definitely a problem. And to the point where I go to the chiropractor for everyone knows I'm having an ankle injury. And the first thing he checks is my jaw
Yeah.
every week. And he says to me every single week, you got to cut your coffee down. You're grinding your teeth at night. I'm like, but I'm here for my ankle. He's like, I don't care.
No.
You're drinking too much caffeine. I can tell.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'll change next week. Did you go last? No.
Well, that's on you.
Yeah, I'm like, take all my money. I'm not going to stop drinking coffee, doctor.
He's not saying stop drinking coffee. He's saying cut it down.
Just take all my money.
Cut it down.
Take all my money.
So, a couple ways to boost your immune system. One, we know vitamin C. Vitamin C is the easiest way. Oranges, citrus, fruits of all kinds, they're all vitamin C based, and it increases the white blood cells that we were talking about that are on the front lines doing all the dirty work for you. Our bodies don't produce vitamin C and we don't store it. That's something I didn't know until I looked all this stuff.
We don't store it and we
Mm-mm.
don't produce it.
No.
But
So
we need it.
Yes. So we take it in and that helps boost the system, which is why everyone's like, oh, you're about to get sick. Go drink some orange juice. First of all, don't do that. Orange juice is a joke. But we need it. And if you don't have it daily, then there's nothing there.
I can't tell you the last time I've had vitamin C.
Yeah. Well, there's other foods that boost the immune system, and you don't need to just have, because I don't like oranges,
Me either.
but emergency packet.
Oh, yeah.
If you put an emergency packet in your water, which might help you drink water because it gives it a little bit of flavor. Now, I think there is a little bit of sodium and sugar in emergency packets, but it's the least of all the evils of all of the liquid IVs and stuff that are out there for those same purposes. It's literally called Emergen the
C.
letter C. Go check it out. It's a really good supplemental way if you are not a grapefruit, orange, lemon, all the things.
Mm-hmm.
Foods that boost the immune system that aren't citrus fruit.
Sweet.
Red bell peppers, broccoli, garlic, ginger, spinach, yogurt, almonds, sunflower seeds, turmeric, green tea, papaya, kiwi, poultry, and shellfish. Everything healthy for you.
Yeah.
Which ties into have some good nutrition in your routine, right? So they are all boosting. Here's one that I just like saying.
Cool.
Elderberry.
Elderberry.
Elderberry. It's a dark purple berry from a specific tree. And I was like, well, I'm not writing this down. But then later in the article, I was like, oh, I need to write that down. It's a European or a black elder tree. Different than the American elderflower.
Oh.
Not the same thing. So I've seen elderflower tea
Yeah.
and That's not the same thing. This is usually in like a syrup because it's a berry and it's a European tree thing. It has antioxidants to support the immune system, to fight common cold, flu, all the same things as vitamin C. It contains the highest amount of fiber and potassium. It's like eating a banana.
I will get this.
Yeah. Potassium, iron, and vitamin C. And it promotes all of your health by reducing cell damage. So all of those white cell, I'm making this up. I actually don't know if this is true, but this is going to sound really good. All of those white blood cells that are at the front lines, okay, they're fighting for you. They are winning the battle, but they got a little bit injured.
Yeah.
A little bit
Mm-hmm.
because they're working so hard for you. Elderberry nurses them back to health.
Gotcha. Elderberry is the nurse
Yes. On the front lines.
on the front lines. They are doing the work.
Yes. And it tastes really good. I do have a syrup. Mom got me in that Christmas basket.
Oh my God.
An elderberry daily syrup you can drink. So it's tasty. I'm gonna post the article in the show notes of how if you want to get your own elderberries and cook it yourself, there's a lot of ways that it could be bad for you. There's like you can't touch the leaves, you can't do all these things. So I don't know much about that, but it's in there. Read about it.
Maybe just buy it.
And I'm probably just gonna
Yeah.
buy a bottle of it. Yeah.
Go to Martindale's if you're local. Go to the health food store, the natural health food store. They definitely have it.
Speaking of natural health food stores, thank you so much for saying that.
I'm so good at this.
A good way to get are you
I thought we would just let me go. Let me go. Let me
you?
ride this wave.
a good way to get the supplemental nutrients that like just like we were saying vitamin D. If you can't get outside in the winter, you are not a cold person, you want to stand there but you're shaking and you just hate it and it's just this is not you doing you. There's a way to take in a supplement of vitamin D that you don't have to necessarily like do all of that. So,
You know what I was just thinking? During COVID, we were shut down and we went virtual, our classes, but we did outdoor classes 4 times a week.
Yeah.
And we worked out. I mean, our loyal seafitters came out 4 times a week until it was snowing. And we actually worked out in the snow one time. We never got sick.
nope.
We never got sick.
Nope.
How about that? I just that was guys, it took me this long, but I just had my aha moment.
Amazing.
But we didn't.
No, we weren't in the herd of bad immune systems of spreading it to other people and getting it from other people. We had the time to take us specifically, Carly
Yes.
and I specifically took the time to eat better and change our diets of healthier foods, which involves everything we just talked about.
Mhm.
We got outside it started in March. So we got outside
March to December
the whole
Yeah.
time.
for 2 years.
And people were getting outside in their backyards more because they were stuffed up in the house. Because
Right.
people wanted to get outside and get out of their stuffy indoors, right? What they weren't in buildings at work, but remotely working, you're still stuck inside.
Right.
And people were getting outside. All of this is basically what we just
Our sleep was
said.
better. We drank a lot of water.
Yes.
We ate clean. We stopped drinking.
We
Yeah.
stopped drinking.
We did. Everybody else was doing those like challenges where you knocked on somebody's door and you chugged a beer and then you ran away. And we were like, please don't come to our house.
Oh my God.
You'll
No.
waste your money.
Yeah.
But we were, COVID, we took really good care of ourselves and we worked out outside 4 to 5 times a week.
And never got sick.
Yeah, we never got sick. I'm
Uh-huh.
just thinking about that.
I
Like,
was wearing like a beanie, a sweatshirt, sweatpants. We were working out. Carly and Sherry ended up taking their sweatshirts off. You were in like t-shirts.
yeah. And we were in tank tops with a ski hat on and it was snowing
Mhm.
and we were doing a HIIT class outside. Anyway, that was my aha moment. Maybe I do need to get outside. Guys, I'll do it.
My aha moment with this, why was this not what the news was telling us to do during COVID?
Like the
Yes.
basics.
Hey, do all of this to wash your hands, stay away from other people, quarantine, all those things that like we needed to do. But also, push the vaccine, don't push the vaccine. It was like all of this fighting. No one got on the TV and said, change your diet, eat healthy, get these foods in your kitchen, drink water. Nobody did the basics.
Yeah.
So I know that there are like you should take a multivitamin and fish oil and like there's so many nutrients, micronutrients that, yes, you can get from food, but if your diet isn't like, the perfect culmination of like a blue zone diet, then you need to get them in somehow. So a multivitamin is a great way to do it. Which one do you pick?
Yeah.
Like there's so many. That's where I stop. I get so overwhelmed at the store where I'm like, that looks good, but I just like the label.
Right.
And I've heard of this brand name before, but that doesn't mean that they're good.
I just picked the multivitamin that's a gummy because it
Okay.
tastes like a fruit
Sugar?
snack. Mhm.
Yeah. So there's probably like 50% health and 50% sugar in that. But you know what? If it gets it in there, you do it.
Yeah,
You
but
do you, boo boo.
you do you, boo boo. Best real tip we've ever had.
I found an article that said what your multivitamin should contain. And of course, this article breaks down the exact like milligrams per
Right.
pill that it should be, but just rattling off the basics. Number 1, vitamin D. Remember that conversation we had? Vitamin D, immune system boost, bone and hair loss. It
Yeah, I
helps
like that.
those.
I
Yep.
like that.
Magnesium calms the nervous system and eases sleep.
So I'm into that.
We're into that. Calcium, strong bones and teeth. And I don't drink milk, so like I know I'm calcium
I don't
deficient.
drink milk either. I don't have dairy anymore. So
I know
yeah,
we're
I need
deficient
that.
in that.
Yeah.
I'm deficient in everything I've said so far. Zinc. Zinc supports the immune system and helps the body use the proteins, the fats, and the carbohydrates that we eat for energy.
Mom used to make us take zinc pills in grade school.
Yep.
I remember that being like it was part of the vitamin pack she had us
It
take
was
every day.
zinc and euthanasia.
And euthanasia.
Yep. I loved taking pills, and I'd be like, Mom, can I have another one? Mom, can I have another one?
That's a separate episode. We'll get there.
And Carly hates taking pills.
Oh my God. I think I was in 7th grade and my mom still had to open my mouth with her hands and put it down my throat. I still have a hard time taking pills. That's why I do the crack cocaine.
Oh my God. That's another episode too. Okay, so we got zinc. Then we need iron, which increases energy, helps with brain function, and red blood cells. So, yay all around.
Yeah.
Folate or folic acid. So this one, people are like, well, I'm not pregnant. And because it's the pregnant one. It's one for
yeah. I took those.
fetus development and like to kind of ward off birth defects, stuff like that. But it's the same folic acid for growing your nails and your hair and your skin.
Yes, I took all those.
Yes, it's a prenatal.
Yeah.
It's called prenatal if you're going to do it by itself.
I did that for the first 2 kids.
Oh, poor Dean. But it also fights depression. Folate or folic acid. It fights depression and it fights inflammation. So like none of these are a one pill for one thing.
Yeah.
They all cover a lot of bases that we need. But what I'm rattling off can all be in one multivitamin.
Oh, I was going to say, are we at the age where we need that pill box with like the 97 pills?
I mean,
We're there?
I just bought one.
We're there?
Not gonna lie. But everything, that's what I said in the beginning. What you need in one multivitamin, this is the list. Vitamin D, magnesium, calcium, zinc, iron, folic acid or folate, if you're gonna look at the label. And then the last one is vitamin B12.
Okay.
And-
Like a vitamin B12 shot.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Like when you go to your juicer,
Yes.
your street juicer.
Yep. Your little street juicer dealer. The Wawa for $27,000, you can get a 1 ounce bottle of some sort of immune booster.
But it's usually a B12 shot.
Yeah. B12.
So when I was on tour, they used to have a nurse come in because tour is exhausting. You're living on a bus in a hotel and people were getting run down left and right. A doctor would come in and give us B12 shots.
Yeah.
An actual shot in our arm. Isn't that crazy?
I think a lot of
Artists.
touring
Yep.
artists like
Mm.
do that too.
So that I remember that and I haven't done it since.
Do you know what B12 is though?
A shot we got in our arm to make us happy.
Cool. To make us happy?
No, to make us not get sick.
I think that's called crack cocaine.
I did that too. No, I'm just kidding. I never did the crack cocaine.
Just the way you say it, we all know that that's a fact.
Crack is whack.
Crack is whack. Carly's whack.
Thanks, Whitney.
Okay, so vitamin B12 for the vitamin B12 for Dummies book. This is not my idea or thought process, but I understand it. It's a factory of 8 workers.
Uh-huh.
So,
Les Mis type?
no, not Les Miserables. No. An industrial factory and a line of assembly, right?
Okay.
Of 8 workers.
Mm-hmm.
And they are broken down, like each has a different job of creating and sustaining the body's energy in different ways. So worker number 1 to worker number 8 create and sustain our body's energy and supply it to the body. So one maybe creates it, then the next one distributes it, and then a couple of them in different ways break down all of the nutrients we just rattled off.
Oh.
They break down the boxes.
Wow. Okay.
That's just vitamin B12.
Okay.
8 guys.
So you need that.
I don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, I am so deficient in this entire episode.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want 8 workers working on you all the time?
Yep. That's just the B12, though. That doesn't even add in the vitamin D, the magnesium, the calcium, all the rest.
I'm going to the grocery store right after this. I'm going to buy me some workers.
Right?
Preferably handsome 8 worker men for my body. That's a different episode. I'm deficient.
I think that's a brothel.
I am deficient in a lot of things.
Does your B and B12 stand for brothel?
Yes, my brothel 12.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that is what your multivitamin should consist of if you are also someone that looks at the aisle of bottles and goes, but which one?
Mm-hmm.
So the article that I posted in the show notes has like 3 options of specific brands and bottles that you could purchase. But if you go to, a GNC or a vitamin shop, or even Martindale's, which for us is in the area, but it's just like a specialty health food store, they can help you.
Yeah. I mean, ask somebody.
Yeah. And also consult with your doctor for all of this first. We do that little tag for the legal stuff at the end of our episodes, but it's completely legitimate. Consult with your doctor of what maybe your body is deficient in. Everybody needs these differently. So like I might need more iron and vitamin B12 than you do.
Right.
Or you might need more magnesium, like no one's the same.
Right.
So don't just take what we're saying and being like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do all of these things. Look into it. You got to look into it. You got to do your homework. 'Tis the season to get on top of the cold and flu season. It just now is the time, and it's only going to get more hectic, unfortunately, if you are someone who kind of lives the season like that. And it's only going to get colder if you're on the East Coast. So be vigilant. Your body is a working machine, and we don't take care of it enough.
No.
It's very similar, if you want to get a little spiritual with me for a moment,
Mm-hmm.
but in a way that Carly can understand spirituality. We are having an experience to live in this vehicle. So like our body is a car. You bought this car. It's a brand new car. And you only get this one life to live in this car. You may get another chance to buy a different car, if you want to believe in that, but we won't get down that path. This is a vehicle. You have a BMW. You're living in a BMW. You got to change the oil. You got to put gas in the car. Why are you looking like that?
Because I'm thinking of my car and being like, there's peanuts all over the bottom, and I run on E all the time until I get to the gas station at the very last minute.
And how frustrating is that?
There's coffee cups all over my car. I'm thinking about how horribly I treat my car.
Right. And now, but you don't talk about your car that way. We
No.
talk about the vehicle we live in. We talk about our bodies like, oh my God, I hate my body. Oh my God, I want to change it.
Right.
Oh my God, I do all these things. But our car's fine and we can trash it. But the vehicle that we're living in is the one that's going to get us through this life. And we do not take care of it the way that we should.
No.
And we only get, if you want to believe that we only get this one life, you only get this one body. If you want to believe that you get more than one life, it's a different body every time. But like, you got to take care of it.
Yeah.
You just have to. And I'm saying all of this really, yes, for you, but really for me as well, because I'm right now not taking care of my vehicle.
Yeah.
My temple, whatever you want to call it, a BMW, a temple, a church, I'm not taking care of it.
I'm gonna go with a lot of people are with you on that.
100.
I mean, I'm
firmly
with you
believe
on
that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can tell when you're not. I mean, in a myriad of ways, you can tell that you're not taking care of yourself, whether it's mental, if it's physical, check out your hair, check out your skin around your nails. Like, these are the simple, easy ways that we kind of bypass and we're like, oh, I have to get my nails done. Why do you have to get your nails done?
Right.
Ask the question, why? Oh, I have to get my hair cut. Why? Yes, I've waited too long to get it done. But why is it fraying in like horse straw that early after you
Yeah.
get it done?
I mean, mine is falling out right now.
Why is your hair falling out? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the stress and no sleep. No, what? I mean, I know why.
Right.
But like the fixing it has got to be a priority.
Get on top of taking care of your, I'm going to keep calling it a vehicle, before you lose a tire and need to call AAA.
Mm-hmm.
Because that gets expensive. That sets you back. And you know that that's true. When that happens, you're like, oh my gosh, I was on my way to go somewhere. I need to be doing something else. This is taking forever. How long do I have to wait?
Yeah.
How expensive is this going to be? Put that into your body. Like, think about that in terms of what you live with, wake up with, go to sleep with every day. And I think that's like the game changer that we need.
Yeah, that's
Me
the
included.
aha moment. Yeah.
Me included. This year has been a year of like fully trashing myself
Mm-hmm.
to rebuild it.
Right. Sometimes it happens. That's life. Ups and downs. We talked about that, hills and valleys, but like you try not to trash yourself.
But try not, right?
Yeah.
Try not to fully wreck the car.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
We
You
don't
want to
no
get
one
a
has
new car.
Yeah, no one has time for a breakdown.
Nobody has time to be on the highway broken
Right.
and like a little lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then when you're there, this is what I meant in the beginning, where this is like the kick that you need or the sign that you need. Because once you're there and you're at that moment and you kind of understand the step-by-step way that you can get yourself back on the road,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you just need to hear it. Like
Yeah.
vitamin C, it's not shocking. Sometimes you need someone to be like, hey, you should do that now. Like, you should do that right now.
Should I do it? I saw the sign and it opened up my eyes. I saw the sign.
Oh my gosh.
Nothing's gonna drag you up. So get into the life where you belong.
Ooh.
on.
Tune your vehicle.
Where you belong.
It needs to tune up. It needs to go into the shop.
Because I'm not taking care of myself. And my voice is just not there today.
This is the season that everyone's like dragging.
Yeah.
But why? Is it really because you're partying too much, or is it because the previous season of summer into fall getting here, we did not take care of ourselves?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
It's cyclical.
Stop trashing yourself.
Check out the show notes, read these articles, or skim them if you're not a reader. But I highly suggest to start making a little bit of change now so that Christmas and your holiday season can be joyful and not exhausting the way that it probably usually is.
I'd like that.
If you're anything like this and like us, you are fit to be fried. You're fit to be exhausted, and you're fit to be just worn out. So we hope that you are learning and changing and making little tiny changes for the bigger purpose to be fit to be real.
And always allowed to be a little extra.
For legal reasons, we have to tell you that this podcast is meant for entertainment and educational purposes only. We are not healthcare professionals. For all of your health, wellness, fitness, and self-care needs, please refer to the medical professional in your life. Your primary care physician, your therapist, a certified coach, whoever it may be. And then let us know what they say, because I guarantee we need to know it too. Okay? Okay, bye.